thoughts or identify with them. You can step back and say to yourself, wow, look at this guy. There goes that crazy mind.
But the front, don't block the front.
Because the problem isn't the existence of our negative, destructive, and limiting thoughts. Everyone has them. What hurts us is the habit of believing those thoughts. So, for example, have you ever found yourself getting so mad at someone you thought to yourself, I'm going to throttle this guy and kill him? I'm guessing, though, you didn't kill them. Why? Because you didn't believe your thoughts. You were just blowing off steam. At least I hope you did. So, once I detach myself from those unwanted thoughts, I start to focus my mind on finding something to appreciate. See, you can't suffer and appreciate simultaneously. The survival brain is always searching for what's wrong. But there's always something to appreciate as well. As I always say, what's wrong is always available, but so is what's right. Maybe it's the simple fact that I'm alive and well, that I'm still breathing. Maybe it's the fact the person who made the mistake is a beautiful human being, and I can appreciate how hard they work and can appreciate their highest intentions. Maybe it's the fact that I have the awareness to see that I'm suffering, and I have this ability to stop it immediately, and I can be appreciative of that. It doesn't matter what you appreciate. What matters is by shifting your focus to appreciation, you slow down that survival mechanism and you bring back your heart, your soul, and your spirit. The emotions of love, joy, and giving will all trigger the same positive transformation inside of you. This shift in your focus creates a space for your spirit to enter the game so you don't get stuck inside your head. I always tell people, get in your head, you're dead. If you keep doing this with real consistency, you actually rewire every situation so your experience of life becomes one of thankfulness and joy. And you want to know what's miraculous? Before you know it, you'll feel free. The thing people think money will give them only happens when we stop the suffering, when we stop believing those stressful thoughts. When you let go and start to laugh at things that used to drive you nuts, this all makes for such a happier life and healthier relationships, while also helping you think more clearly and make smarter decisions as well. After all, when you're stressed and angry or sad or fearful, you're not likely to find the best solutions. But when you're in a beautiful state,
I need Rob to
answers
tie
come more
the
easily. It's like
from the
turning
broken
the radio
media,
to the right
the branch,
frequency so the static disappears. You get to hear the music
so
loud
they
and
eat
clear.
more easier.
Now, when I first started to use this technique, I should have called it the 4-hour rule or maybe the 4-day rule, because sometimes it took me a long time to stop suffering. You know, I got so much momentum into suffering that it was hard to change. But like any skill, the more you use it, the more you do it, the better you get. I found that it really helps when I catch myself quickly instead of letting those negative thoughts linger longer than 90 seconds. Why? Well, think about it. The best time to kill any monster is when it's little. You don't want to wait till it's Godzilla and devouring your entire city, your entire life. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm certainly not perfect at this, and there's certainly times when I get hooked still. But I use this 90-second rule so often that it's gone from being a discipline to becoming just a habit. And it's a beautiful one because it produces freedom and joy and happiness and love and gratitude. This one technique has given me so much freedom from those destructive emotions that used to rob me of my joy and my peace of mind. Listen, the emotions still come, that's how the mind works, but they disappear quickly because they're not welcome. And they're overwhelmed by the power of appreciation and enjoyment that I've built into me. And as a result, I can tell you honestly, as great as my life ever was, it's more beautiful than it's ever been. And that's what I want for you. What you'll also find when you practice this 90-second rule and break your pattern and go straight for enjoyment is that you're going to be much more present for the other people when you're not caught up in the thoughts of loss, less, and never. When you're in a beautiful state, you can give so much more to everyone you love. And you know what? There's power in happiness. There is a happiness advantage in life. Happiness is an advantage in your relationships. It brings you closer. In business, people want to do business with you. In your health, because it makes you physically better. Your immune system's stronger when you're happier. And everything you touch really becomes different when you live in a beautiful state no matter what. That's the ultimate freedom. That's the ultimate gift you can give to those you love. It's the experience of absolute abundance, an abundance of joy. That's the true wealth we all want. Even better, you can possess this abundance again right now instead of having to wait until you acquire a certain amount of money. And the good news is, this decision rests entirely in your hands. You alone give yourself the happiness edge. Unchain your heart, the power overcome fear, the best thing is to be overwhelmingly grateful. Sir John Templeton, billionaire investor. The second tool that I'd like to share with you is a simple 2-minute gratitude meditation that I've taught to tens of thousands of people in my seminars over the last year or so. I've also recorded this meditation and made it available online at unshakable.com. And it's also on the Unshakable mobile app, so you can listen to the audio anytime there too. But first, let me give you a quick word of explanation about the science behind this meditation. If you went to a hospital and we hooked you up to an EEG and an EKG, what we'd be measuring is the electrical impulses in your brain and in your heart. I'm sure you've seen these either at a hospital or maybe on television. What you'd see when you're stressed out and suffering mentally is that the lines on the EEG and the lines on the EKG both look very jagged, but the jaggedness from your heart rhythms would look nothing like the jaggedness of your brain rhythms. In other words, they're out of sync. But scientific studies have shown that this short meditative focus can dramatically alter those electrical impulses in your brain and heart. And what's miraculous is the jagged lines on the EEG and EKG tend to become rounded after this meditation. What's even more powerful is the lines from the heart and the brain become almost identical.
I came
Why?
sometime,
Because the mind and heart are now operating as
People use
one.
like business.
That's what happens naturally when you're in a state of flow.
People not
The
friendly.
simple goal of this meditation, the one we're about to do, is to change your emotional state by filling you with a sense of gratitude
他也火火
and to use
Well,
that
I used to live
emotion to
here.
solve whatever challenges are causing you to suffer.
红
Why
人哦
gratitude? Because you
Nothing
can't
to
be
do on
grateful and
Sunday.
angry
I went a couple
simultaneously.
times.
You can't be grateful and fearful at
People
the same time.
no,
If
they
you want a
don't
miserable
talk.
life, there's
You
no better way
give
to
them
achieve it
money
than
and
focus
they
on
leave.
anger and fear. But if you want a
Well,
happy
after
life, if
they
you want to live a
finish.
beautiful state, there's nothing that works better than to focus on gratitude. So if you're ready to test drive the technique, here's what I'd like you to do. I'm going to just walk you through it right now, and unlike the books that you're listening to me in audio, let's just do it. So the first step is stand up, if you would, and shake out your body. Now, if you're in a car, that might be difficult. So just get yourself so that you got some energy there. Just shift your body. Standing up, a couple jumping jacks, make a strong move. Just get yourself in a strong state for a couple moments. And then as you're standing, what I want you to do is pick an aspect of your life where you have some unfinished business. Something you need to change or resolve in your professional life or personal life. It might be an issue that you've been putting off dealing with because you got so much going on in your life that deal with this would be so frustrating or upsetting or stressful. Maybe it's a problem at work or a conflict or a difficulty with a family member. Will you think of one right now? Let's just do this right now. And then on a scale from 0 to 10, once you think of the problem, 10 being the most upsetting, 0 being not upsetting at all, where would you rank this challenge? Is it a 5? Is it a 6, a 7, 8, 9, or a 10? Ideally, pick an issue.
I was going
that
to go
when
the
you think about
bathroom
it,
in low, but
maybe
already
right now it's
went.
not bothering you, but if you think about it, it's at least a 6 or a 7.
You want to
Because
see
if you
the
pick something
flowers,
at least that
the
high or
plants?
more,
No,
then you'll be able to feel the true impact of this simple
no
little technique.
flower, no more.
Okay. So as soon as you got that, breathe deep. You know what
I was
unfinished
thinking,
business
well, I go
problem
to the
you need to
bathroom,
solve,
you
you've been
go
putting
to
off.
the
Let's go to
see
step
the
2.
plant, but I already went to
And
the
in step
bathroom.
2,
I
what I want
went
to do now
away.
is I want you to set aside that situation for a moment. Just forget about it. And I'd like if you would to place both your hands on
I
your
thought
heart
you
right
was
now.
in the bathroom.
Breathe
And
deep
the
in your
lady
heart.
told me, no, you went
Feel
back
your heart
inside.
I'd like if you would to please close your eyes and just breathe deeply in your heart. And as you breathe in your heart, feel both your hands on the heart and feel as you breathe deeply the blood and the oxygen flowing into your heart. Feel the power of your heart. Feel the strength of your heart. What are you grateful your heart has guided you to do, or to enjoy, or you appreciate, or to give? And now as you continue to touch your heart and breathe deeply in your heart, we're going to go to step 3. With your eyes still closed, I want you to just feel grateful for your heart. Feel what a gift your heart is. Breathe deep into it. Both hands on it, filling up with gratitude. Remember, every day it beats 100,000 times a day. It pumps blood through 60,000 miles of blood vessels. It's enough to go around the earth twice at the equator if you put them side by side. That's what's inside you. And you know what? You don't even have to think about your heart. And yet it's always there for you, even while you sleep. Keep breathing in your heart